Call the meeting to order. And roll call. Judy McGee, she's here.
Present?
Richard,
Yeah, Richard present.
are you present there?
Oh, I certainly am.
Okay, Betty,
I'm here.
and I'm present too. Do you want to read the minutes of the last meeting? We have so many papers here. Oh, God.
The December 12th,
Yes.
2018 meeting of the Upton Housing Authority. Members present, Millie Gallione, Judith McGee, Richard Kennedy, and Linda Jones. Member absent, Rena Richard. Also present, Dan Robillard, accountant, and Betty Roach. The meeting came to order at 6 p.m. Judith McGee read out loud the minutes of the previous monthly meeting. Approval of the November minutes. Linda Jones made a motion to accept the minutes of the November meeting as presented. Richard Kennedy seconded the motion. The board voted all in favor. Motion passed. Approval of the accounts payable report. Richard Kennedy made a motion to accept the accounts payable report as presented. Judith McGee seconded the motion. The board voted all in favor. The motion passed. Jan Robillard, accountant, 2019 budget. Dan Robillard presented the 2019 budget to the board. Linda Jones made a motion to accept the 2019 budget as presented for the 400-1 program. Richard Kennedy seconded the motion. Board all in favor. Motion passed. Richard Kennedy made a motion to accept the 2019 budget as presented for the MRPP program. Linda Jones seconded the motion. Board all in favor. Motion passed. There was one vacancy which should be filled for January 1st, 2019. Old business. Board members signed the contract for the director, which will be sent into the housing management specialists to be approved. No smoking survey results were presented to the board. All the results received except one that were submitted were in favor of the new no smoking policy. New business. The hot water bottle in the D building was replaced. House of Correction workers will be out the week of December 17th. They will be here to clean up the leaves on the grounds and to trim the bushes. The Housing Authority has purchased new office equipment. The purchase of the new office printer in the amount of $4,995 is through NECS, New England Copy Specialists. The purchase of a new computer through the company, Article 6.
Article 6.
It's been said, is in the amount of $9,621.21. Included in this purchase is the monitor and hard drive. No resident concerns. Richard Kennedy made a motion to close the meeting. Judy McGee seconded the motion. Board voted all in favor. Motion passed. Next board meeting scheduled for January 9th, 2019. On the final page, which is
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Respectfully submitted by Betty. Does anyone know any errors or omissions?
I didn't know the years, but I do have a question.
Yes.
It says you had your no smoking survey results were presented to the board. How many did you get back?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit? I mean,
Yeah,
was it
all but, everybody, it was
half.
very positive,
half.
all but one.
maybe half? 50%? Okay.
Get it.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
bit.
wondered if it was like 10% or.
No, it was, let's say about half.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they were pretty happy, except for one person that's unhappy. But
Well, there's.
Right, the
anyone
ones
who
that are
smokes is not
heavy,
gonna
heavy
be-
smokers kind of didn't.
They
There
probably
was a
didn't
couple
reply.
that didn't reply. There's a couple that were heavy smokers and they kind of were good about it.
Yeah,
They know
Yeah,
that
really?
they're just gonna have to.
Really?
They see it coming.
yeah, yeah. So, you know, hopefully there'll be a positive
Outcome.
outcome is right. But
We actually
like-
have our resident Dean was telling me the other day it's actually blocking their fan so that the smoke in their bathroom doesn't go up into the
Wow.
units up above, and that is not good.
Now, wait a minute, the smokers are
Exhaust
doing
fan,
this?
A smoker, yeah,
Is what?
had blocked the bathroom exhaust fan so that the smoke, when she was smoking, wouldn't go up into, he addressed it, but.
Well, other things can go up in the fan. Oh, gosh, well,
Because that's what
I
happens,
don't
people
know.
upstairs, if they're not smoking, and somebody's smoking in the apartment because they're sharing that.
That was a very poor design, but
Yeah.
I know it was designed that
hey,
way.
what? What? I don't get it.
Well, the thing is,
They share the
they
exhaust.
share the same flue, basically.
Oh,
Okay.
all right, yeah. Oh, wow. There's a way around everything, I guess.
Take it without,
Yeah. All righty, so, does someone want to make a motion that we accept the minutes as stated?
I make a motion to accept the minutes as stated.
I'll second.
Okay, the motion has been made and seconded that we accept the minutes as stated. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Not close, I'm just
Okay.
abstaining because I wasn't here.
Okay, that's approved. Okay, accounts payable.
Okay, let's look at this.
Boy, there's a lot.
well, because it's 2 months, it goes all the way back to
Mm.
December.
Yeah.
Yep. Back to December 17th.
No, just about 2 months.
Numbers and all.
And
Is-
500 day for vertical successful, and they came out to transfer everything over.
Okay.
You're
And-
missing?
And the Gustafson's was the hot water heater?
We had to replace 3 hot water heaters.
Yeah, this has been bad
Yeah.
for the hot water situation.
And Anastas, that's the key.
That's-
I showed them Anastas log.
Oh, that's a key?
Mhm.
Okay. What, did we have to replace a key?
Mhm. Yeah, there are a couple extra keys.
If I had-
For the outside,
Okay.
but the rest is all regular.
You want to take a peek at it?
I noticed that you have 2 customer bar services here. What did they do?
The camera? No, it wasn't the camera. A5, something happened to the heater, the heat detector and the smoke detector, they must have been pulled down.
Oh, yeah.
So
Right.
one was to fix it, and then another one is for like spare parts.
And then you had the plumber situation.
Mhm. We
Yeah.
had that over here again, with the non-flushable, flushable wipes.
I hope that, have you put up a sign? Is it gonna work?
As I wrote
She,
it.
one person actually owned up to the fact, but like they thought like it was okay because it says flushable on there.
Because flushables aren't
Well,
flushable,
no,
you know.
but
Well,
people
wash.
think that they are because.
Well, we have
they
been
say
told-
that. We've
I'm
said it
sure
over
you
and
can-
over and over.
and over and
again.
over.
We've said it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
the package it said it
maybe you
is,
should
that's
make,
all right.
do you have a notice, like on the board that says, please don't
We said we didn't see it.
use or flush anything down the toilet? Before we had paper
We
towels,
had kitty litter.
kitty litter,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's costing us a lot of money for this plumber person.
Well, I don't know how to stop.
It's not good.
No,
I mean, other than,
I mean, you can send out a notice to every apartment, but I don't know if they're gonna read it, that it's not a good idea.
well, and the thing is, you really can't pin it on it. any one person, that's the
Well,
difference.
I think somebody owned up to it, but besides that, the rest of the residents should know, you know, and understand that ecologically it isn't any good either, you know. Plus the
Understand that.
pumping expense, so,
Bye-bye. Okay,
all right, well.
okay.
Okay.
So everybody's looked at accounts payable.
Mhm.
Now, there's 2 months, so
Yep.
do we want to go on the 2 months together?
Well, I think you have to, they're all together. I think
Yeah.
they're all-
Okay.
It's all in one report, basically.
So do you want to approve the 2 months together? Somebody want to make a motion, we approve the 2 months together?
I will move to that we approve the 2 months together.
Okay,
Second motion.
Okay, the motion has been made and seconded, that we accept the payouts report. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passed. Okay. That's done. Vacancy update.
Mhm.
I told you how we had the 2 separate couples
Yeah,
that looked at it. They were both going to take it. The first couple, they were actually from Upton. He had a lot of health issues, and so like 2 or 3 days before they were going to move in, they called to say they weren't taking it because I guess he had a lot of medical equipment or something that he would need, and the place was too small. The second couple, they were in Bellingham, they got an apartment in Maynard, and then they came out to look at it. I think they moved it from North Carolina or something like that, and they were gonna take it. And really basically went through everything as far as breaking down the payments and everything, and just a couple of days before they called to say that the place was too small and they felt that the rent was gonna be too high for the amount of space that they would be renting, so
That's what
they canceled it. I have another woman coming in on Friday to look at it. I explained to her the situation with the parking, but we
Yeah.
don't really know what's gonna be what. Oh yeah, before her, there was another woman, from Hopkinton, and her daughter, the woman was like in her middle 80s, was still driving. The daughter really wanted Hopkinton Housing Authority for her because it would be much closer.
Mhm.
She saw the apartment, she kind of thought it was gonna be okay, a little concerned about the stairs. Then she looked over the parking lot and said, oh, is that where she would park? And I was like, yeah, and she said, well, she has a handicap placard. And then we went on to talk about how like kind of everybody does here, and, you know.
She does have one?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm. And that, you know, we have an issue with our parking lot right now. I'm not really sure where it's going and stuff like that. And she called back to say, they're not taking it. So now we're on this one that's coming Friday.
She have a car as well?
She has a car as well. And she told me on the phone today, it's either she dies first or her car dies first. It's one or the other.
Oh,
I'm telling
my
you.
father said that in
She's-
1978 about
That's one way of putting
a
it.
Chevy
So
Whether
bus.
she dies first or the car
Yeah, so
dies.
she's coming to
Yeah.
look at it Friday,
After
and
that.
we'll see. We'll go
Oh,
from
she
there.
dies first or the car dies?
Oh, dear God.
Mhm.
Okay.
So that's where we are,
Well,
that's
that's
where we
pretty
are with that. I'm not gonna lie to these people when they're
No,
coming in, I'm
no.
not gonna make it seem like we have this wonderful parking lot for them, and then a month or 2 from now, or whenever we find out,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Well,
All right.
No.
Old
Um,
business.
Mhm. So that's
So
that.
anything else vacant?
Nope,
No,
as of now.
that's like an apartment or something. Oh, God.
is that first floor?
No,
It's the second
No,
floor?
and everybody wants first floor.
Second tier.
Everybody.
They're all first floor, that's the second tier. That's what I call it, but, you know.
Okay.
Oh, there's a first, you go out the back.
Yeah,
And the
and then
back.
walk in, yeah. But that's, these they have to walk upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, so these were for January was the water heater.
Okay.
The CM2
Yeah,
that was
so-
leaking, that was replaced.
And then we just had
The
another
new
one.
computer, we got that.
Yeah,
Vacancy, which we just for the budget went in, haven't heard anything back. And house of correction did come out that week, and I think they were here
Yeah.
3 or 4 days.
Wow.
Yeah. Jason is like the head guy, he's very nice. His wife was having a baby. Nice guy. Okay, so for February, we got our inspections scheduled for the 26th and the 27th. It's the same company that we've had the past couple of years.
Yeah,
A5 still vacant. Hot water tank, was it last week or the week
Yeah,
before?
no, last
Over
week.
here. Mhm. I'm just gonna
yeah,
see
another
the
hot
date.
water heater.
Mhm. And while they were here replacing the hot water heater is when they had to snake the pipes over here and found the flushable wipes.
Mm.
Mhm.
Okay. This is from Service Master. It's a rapid response agreement. It's that if anything should happen, basically it's a contract with them, saying that if anything should happen, God forbid, should somebody like pass away in the middle of the night here, or if there was a flood, or, anything major, this would be a contract that we'd be able to call them right away on their hotline or whatever, and they would be able to come out right away without having to get all kinds of approvals.
Yeah,
Do we need?
The only
Now-
thing with this is I want to run this by the attorney to make sure
Yeah.
that this is something
that we need.
that we can do,
Yeah,
Yeah, and rapid response, is that just to do with the tenant? Or is it if we have a flood?
If we have a flood,
Or fire?
anything,
Oh, all right.
anything.
yeah, Service
major.
Master comes in.
They're the ones we've had come in a couple of times and do the apartments over, and actually Service Master was the one that did the D3 was it? We had that flood that time when
Yeah.
he was living here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
oh, okay.
They're going around to all the housing
Yeah.
authorities. They're gonna be actually at Mass Narrow
Oh, well, that may be what they,
in May.
Anyone going to Mass now?
I was thinking about it.
You're
But you
talking
guys
about the
wanna go
May,
again?
are you talking about the May meeting?
Unless you guys wanna go.
Well, I haven't really thought about it. No, I'm gonna be, let's see,
oh, where are you?
May.
Oh,
Where am I? It's in May, right?
someplace exciting?
Am I going anyplace exciting? I don't know. I may be going to Texas for a funeral. My sister-in-law died, but, and, no.
May?
No,
Well, no, she'll be buried in May.
Oh, she'll be-
She's already been cremated and all that stuff. But they decided to wait until, since people are all over the country, they decided to
Yeah.
wait until
Well,
the
that's
weather
good.
turns better, but, so I don't
We
know,
need
they
to
haven't
vote on
really,
one
they haven't really
We
scheduled.
need to vote on one.
You need to vote on that,
The
yeah.
rapid response?
No, that is.
This
you
is a
guys
proposal,
sign.
right?
Yeah, it's a proposal, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
You can sign it if you want, and then once it's signed, I can ask Karen about it, and if it's something that she thinks is good, then we can just submit it. If not,
Hmm.
How much is it? Do we know?
they didn't even say anything about money when it came
so
out. We
do we
just
need
said,
to, my question is, do we need to vote on this?
if you want to approve it, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I guess the question that I would ask is, one of the,
The benefit of it is that, like, they kind of explained it.
Oh, I know
like,
what
that
the
we wouldn't have to
benefit is.
wait
Yeah.
around, they wouldn't have to, yeah.
I guess my question is
How long
what kind of a contract is it, how long
I
does it
don't think it's
go?
anything for like 10 years, if
And
you
then-
have to, I think.
And then, what does it cost on an
Just
hourly basis?
does the emergency call come in here first?
I don't
Tenant would
know.
call?
Yeah, and then I would just
You would
call them right away, yeah.
Yeah, but,
And they would come out, they made it seem like it just kind of like saved a lot of time and phone calls and stuff.
but I'm just wondering how much this contract would be.
Well,
And
it may
we
be, it may be,
don't even
it may
think it's
be,
anything.
well, see, that's what we have.
That's.
You know what I-
Yeah, he just came in and dropped it off.
Could we take a look at this
I can make
first?
copies of it.
I would
and send
appreciate
to-
it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then,
but-
let's vote on it next month, because I would
yeah,
like to know
because I-
what they're talking about here.
Yeah, because
And how
we
much
really
it
don't.
costs.
And how much it costs.
Right.
Well, the thing is, it may just very well be
A good
per incident,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Now, I don't
He
know,
didn't
You don't
make
know
it-
that till you
Like, when
read
he
it.
dropped it off, he didn't say anything about like it costing anything for the contract. He
well, it
just-
says here, it's for 2 years, and I think we just need to take a
Should
look
take a
at
look
this.
at it,
Yeah,
I
okay,
haven't even read it.
yeah, so
Yeah.
let's,
Yeah, because I'd wait on that. you know.
Let's
we
wait
have
and see.
questions about it.
Yeah.
Because we've had ChemGuard too.
Yeah,
ChemGuard's come
Yeah,
out here
yeah.
too in the past.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, then I kind of wait on it and look it over before we do anything else. So we had the water heater put in.
Okay.
We had one in the C building and two in the D building.
What's that noise?
Yeah, it's a washing machine.
Oh,
To
Probably the dryer, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
is there anything
The
else?
thing that you do have to vote on is to approve the year end that they
probably
said.
in the laundry room.
The year end, what put it?
Vote to approve the year end. How would you put it?
Where are we?
Yeah. A vote to approve the UN,
Well, what's at the top five?
the top five, yes.
Yeah.
The top five in the year-end forms and certifications. So somebody has to make a motion that we end the fiscal year, that's what it is, and the top five certifications. That's,
Do we have?
Yeah,
paper, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
This was done already.
The year end is the thick. This one
Fiscal
here.
year end
That's the
form.
Fiscal
fiscal
year,
certification.
yeah. The fiscal year-end forms and certifications.
Oh, this is what
Yeah.
we're signing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, you're not even signing.
No, I just
That's
voted
just
on
a
it.
that's
printout
just,
of the
Oh,
top
that's-
five
yeah.
that he had to fill out, that he's already submitted.
So this,
So this is
the-
just,
Dan has already done all this.
yes, he did all this today.
yeah,
Okay.
so,
This is, I think, something kind of new anyways. You guys have never had to vote on
right, but now.
it. Never had to approve it or whatever. Now it's something that DACD says that they want is to have a copy
Yes.
of it.
So that's why we have to approve this.
Well, we've already signed the forms, haven't we?
That was something different.
Yeah,
Oh, you signed the form saying that you
Yeah, yeah.
approve it?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, but you actually have to, and that's the copy for you to take, but you actually have to have a vote.
Okay,
So we can
well, I
fill
move
that
that
in.
we approve
We voted on that.
the
whatever.
year-end forms and certification.
Year-end form certification.
The second motion?
Okay, the motion has been made and seconded that we approve the physical end and certifications. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passed. Thank you. And that was it.
And then I put down the CETA meeting,
Oh,
that's March 13th. Now, I'm gonna go on vacation, March 13th. I'm going to Los Cabos. So,
oh, here we go.
mm,
And you'll be gone for,
2 lovely weeks. I
Oh,
didn't take my
nice.
vacation last year at the end, so I'm going in September, so we're going there. So Dean will be here, and
Yeah.
he'll be able to cover and just kind of like.
and myself,
ask him
and
this up.
Rena, so will you be here too?
I would
Afraid that
most
there's
likely
no-
be here. The
Yeah.
thing is, what I'd like to have before you leave is who are a list of who the plumber is, who the, okay?
Yeah.
So that if something happens and somebody calls me, I know who to call.
Well, that would be really Dean, I'll give you a list, but
Yeah.
that would be Dean.
I understand, but,
Yeah.
Dean is,
It's good to have it.
I mean, he's not around 24/7 either, so.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna do like we've done in the past, the answering service, if somebody calls in with an
Yeah.
emergency, he gets an email on it, and they also contact him.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know he has a cell phone. so-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that would be all set. And any residents?
What is CETA? Pray
CETA,
tell me.
Central Executive Directors Association. Central Mass.
So it's
Central Mass.
specifically for
Yeah.
executive
It's all the
directors?
housing
No,
authorities in
it's
this
for everybody.
area. Anybody, like, usually is.
I go.
Yep. And you guys can go too.
Are you going?
I don't think so. It'll depend upon how I feel. If I feel all right.
This one here, John Brown is just going to give an update And actually, on your Mass Narrow, like you get that in your email, in Mass Narrow,
Yeah, I got it the other
basically,
day.
yeah,
My
basically it's just that.
my social aspects are to the hospital, to the doctor.
So is it just one day?
It's just
Yeah.
hours.
Oh,
It's
just
usually
about an
like
hour.
Is it a
10 to
freebie?
12. Yeah,
And where is it?
at the Auburn
Auburn,
Housing
yeah.
Authority. It's
Auburn
about
Housing
the-
Authority.
Well,
They basically
Sometimes I
just-
go, sometimes I don't go.
Yeah.
I'll see what
Sometimes
my,
if it's something important that they're talking about, it's good to go.
Yeah.
do
Sometimes
they
Karen
Carol
Harris is
Larry's
going
there.
there.
do they, yeah,
She was there the last
Comes
time.
in if you have
She
any
was?
problems.
Oh, wow.
She's not usually, but she was at that one.
Yeah, she was the speaker at that one.
okay.
Karen Ollis is usually there, and all the other directors.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
kind of like informative. Other issues that other housing
Yeah.
authorities are having, how they
Yeah.
handle them.
You
Do
just,
they put out an agenda?
Refreshments? No.
there is no refreshments, you're lucky if you
Are
have
you
a
where
drink
you
of
get
water.
them? You stop at time, get them away. Do they put out an agenda? Not usually.
Not usually.
I mean, sometimes they might say, like this one here, Donna Brown's going in.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
from
who's
Mass
Donna
Narrow.
Brown?
Donna
And
Brown
I'll
is
say
an
Mass
that
attorney.
Narrow, okay.
Yeah.
She's an attorney, Donna
Okay.
Brown.
Donna Brown's an attorney?
Yes, she is. She's an attorney, and she is, I think she's the executive secretary for Tom.
I know she got something,
And
she's
she
different
also-
now, something
Oh,
than
maybe
she
she's
was.
different now, and then she usually puts together the conference.
Yeah, the packets and
Yeah,
stuff for the
Yeah,
conference.
she does all that, yeah. So, you may want to,
Do we have to register ahead of time? Or do
No.
you just show up?
I can tell her that you're coming, if you're going to come. Sometimes it's good so they have a head count.
yeah.
Oh, well, the thing is, let
That's
me
the-
look at Calvin.
And that's March
the housing
13th.
authority meeting.
Huh?
The next housing authority meeting.
March 6th.
March 6th.
I put
So-
down for March 6th, if you
Oh.
guys want to do March
So it's
6th,
the
'cause that's the first
First
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
If you guys can make it.
My
Yeah, now,
calendar.
my only problem with that is that I have the 7:30 at, I chair the Community Preservation Committee, and so I've got to be out
Okay,
of here
I'm confused.
by 7 o'clock.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
I thought this meeting was on the 13th.
It isn't.
This
It-
one
Today-
is, this one is, the
today's
CEDAR meeting is, the
Vacation.
CEDAR meeting is in in August on the 13th.
Yeah.
The meeting here is on the 6th.
That's
Oh.
right, yes.
No, I didn't get that.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's posted on the 6th, but
Yeah.
Okay.
so,
But it's usually around 10 a.m., isn't it?
Yeah,
10 a.m.
yeah, it
For the
is.
CEDAR meetings.
Yeah.
okay. All right, so at 6 o'clock on the 6th for that meeting, and the CEDAR meeting, okay, is,
13.
if I look it up under CEDAR, am I going to
You can
find
just
something?
let me know for sure, like as we get closer,
Okay,
if you're gonna go, like before I leave,
okay. Well,
that you guys, if you guys are gonna go, and then I can just put in
I'm free that day.
tentatively.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
if you're
director,
gonna
our
go.
director's very nice.
How about you? Are you
Yeah.
free that day?
I'm free that day.
Okay, so why don't we
You're
sort of
just gonna say it.
tentatively plan to go?
Mhm. And then if you don't, it's not a big deal, it's a
Well.
housing authority, it's a
Yeah.
community room.
Yeah,
There are a lot of directors in the area that are meeting.
Did you see that?
And also,
yeah, the narrow listing was unbelievable
Pat's
for
leaving.
executive directors
They're
all
all
over the
leaving.
place.
What?
Leaving.
Pat Morrow's gone, she's leaving too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
executive director from Milford is
Mhm.
leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a hard job, nobody wants
Well,
it.
you know what, they make it very difficult
Mhm.
to work.
Yeah, and Boston's
Not
having,
working with you on things.
Boston's having murders and the whole thing.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Clinton.
So we
And then we're hearing about
We got
Pat, though.
together and we finally submitted everything that the direct contract required.
Right,
Thank you. And hopefully, we got it right this time. I don't know how many times they keep sending it back.
yes, yeah, because they nitpick. They never hear of such a thing, but, oh, yeah. Yeah,
Okay. So,
3 copies of this, 2 copies of that. But anyway,
so we're good.
is that it?
I will make copies of that and mail
Oh,
that
yeah,
out
yeah,
to you.
yeah,
guys.
okay.
Just have that, so we'll know for the next
That's
one.
it, I guess.
Any other,
Anything else you need to discuss? No, or have
Jot
concerns
everything
about?
down.
Any,
I was here today, but it was
Residents.
sometime.
any problems? No, nothing.
Same old, oh, just what we were saying, that I was saying in the car, one of them started a small fire in the apartment and smoking, but it was just a pillow that caught on fire.
was just the pillow that caught it?
No, they fell asleep.
Just a pillow.
Hmm.
And how did he put it out?
Yeah,
I didn't even ask that, they just said that it was out. It was
yeah,
just a pillow.
just a couple, so.
And how much smoke damage to?
I don't even know, I didn't even find out till afterwards. One of the residents knew about it and was concerned and told
They like to
Dean
tell.
about it. They're telling each other.
Yeah, so,
And so Dean, was concerned about it and thought it was something that we should all be aware of. And then we talked to him about
And
it.
is there are no,
Well, I said that's why we're having the no smoking too. But
Yeah.
it's a major concern. Like I
It
said to the
certainly
person, I'm quite
is.
sure you don't feel like dying in a fire.
yeah.
no,
And I said, I
And
don't
we
think
don't
anybody
want
else that's in this
no,
building has to be concerned
building.
going to sleep at night too. That
Buildings are so old that they don't have any sprinkler systems.
even if that, even if
Yeah,
you
usually
do, even if
Does every unit have a,
yeah.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no
No,
smoke.
detector.
Yeah.
smoke detectors, yeah.
Mhm.
that's if they don't fool around.
Mhm.
what, do they take the batteries
Well,
out?
that's what the A building, that's why we had to
Yeah,
have that. That's what the gas system plumbing, custom alarm is.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, are they
Who
hardwired?
knows why it was dropped down?
Are they
Both of them.
hardwired or are they battery operated? Or
Well,
both?
I think they're both.
Both.
They are both. They're hardwired, but,
With battery backup.
Barry's putting in for, I don't know, it wouldn't be like next year, I don't think, but that's one of his projects he wants to get put in, is a whole new system in here.
yeah.
Because I think I had heard that when they put these in, Barbara was kind of against them. Because,
Oh, no, that wasn't it.
not against them, but the positioning of them.
Yes.
Where the location of them.
I'll tell you, I
Yeah.
can
Because
tell you.
they go off.
Constantly.
I was there
Yeah,
when it
constantly,
happened.
yeah.
And-
And so
And
we
then,
have to pay for them.
they can't shut them off. The fire department has to come shut it
The
off?
fire department has to reset it,
Yeah.
but the
that's
thing
what I
is
figured.
this,
Yeah.
this is what happened.
Okay.
Is it right near?
I
the
was at
kitchen?
that meeting, and the state fire marshal said, you are putting the fire chief here, and the state fire chief did not
Agree?
agree
No.
as to where the alarms were going.
Mhm.
And the state fire chief said, you're putting them in the wrong place. And the fire chief in this town said, I am the fire chief here, and I say they go here.
Mhm.
And the state fire chief said, well, it's the wrong place. I can tell you this, that they're gonna be going off all the time.
Mhm. Which they do.
He was right.
And so Barbara said, well, we need to get some kind of contract or some kind of a letter that says if they're going to be going off all the time, and in some towns, every time the fire department comes, you have to pay. If there's no fire, you have to pay $75, $100, or whatever it is.
Mhm.
And we need to say that they are not going to charge us for false alarms.
Mhm.
So that is what happened.
So we have the letter.
Huh?
We have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the fire department can't charge us for false alarms or we'd be going broke.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Yeah,
have
I
quite
mean,
often.
that's the
Mhm.
honest to God, what happened. And, because the fire chief at the time thought he had more
No.
authority than the state fire marshal, and with that, the state fire marshal walked out. That was it.
Well, it's done, so now we have to.
Yeah, he's putting it, he's looking into it.
Well, that's
He's
good.
saying like within the next couple of years, he'd like to try to put a project in.
But that,
to
it happens.
redo it. So we'll see.
Okay.
But
And
that
he
is
was
it.
right. So I guess they're just in the wrong place, too close to the kitchen or something.
Well, if they burn the toast, I understand sometimes.
They do.
If the thing goes off.
Yeah,
And
oh, yeah, that's
ridiculous.
what's happening to them, is when they, yeah, the toast, yeah.
Yeah,
So like, a lot of times we'll tell them when they first move in to shut your bedroom door if they,
Right.
if it's
yeah,
already out,
because
it's straight like this.
smoke goes, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So anything else you want to discuss?
No.
No? Somebody want to make a motion that we close the meeting?
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
I
Okay.
second the motion.
Motion's been made and seconded. We adjourn the meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passed.
All right.
Meeting adjourned.